live
And the audio works this time?
with Rideshare Radio Podcast. Yes, sir. We are live with Rideshare Radio Podcast number 2. And we tried, well, we... Woo! Yesterday.
We'll just call this like 2.5 because 2.0 was lost.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
Facts. So, like, we sat down yesterday, went a whole 20 minutes into some shit. We had a bunch of stories and funny moments and tremendous highlights.
And
really, it was the greatest cast of our lives.
And I will say this, I don't think we're gonna repeat any of this.
No,
because
unless it comes up, it'll be weird if we repeat the stories.
The energy that was happening
and what was going on at the moment. So, yeah, we there was no audio on Twitch the whole time, and then there was no. My computer, something happened. It crashed, and then we lost everything. So we're doing it again. Episode number 2 of Rideshare Radio, where Jill Bear and I sit down and talk to you about our stories.
You know, all sorts of madness.
We both drive for Uber, and everyone always asks, "What's the craziest stories?" Well, here it is. Now we're going to tell them you got to listen to our podcast, talk about something else.
But,
give me 5 stars.
You know, I do, hey, give me 5 stars.
Give me 5, give me fuel, give me 5.
But, I will say, it was pretty trippy the other night, you know, because I feel as though I was definitely involved in a drug deal.
Nice.
You know.
But not your own.
Not my own. You know.
It's a first for everything.
Yeah. Typically, this is the first not me drug deal that I was involved in, which was quite peculiar.
Yeah.
But I picked the one homie up, right? And, you know, he's like, yeah, we're just going around the corner, don't worry. Like, he's like, you don't leave now. Like, he kept on, like, don't leave, you know, like, before we even got there, you know, like, the shit was like 7 minutes away. And he was like, don't leave, you know, I was like, I don't want you to leave at all, you know, and I'm like, cool. I've been like, you put it in the thing, like, there's 2 stops, like, I know, I'm aware, you know, don't pull up and don't leave.
Yeah.
And then, so, like, it's in the downtown inner city, and it's like
the inner city.
What? I come from a rural area, all right? So,
okay,
like, it was a highly populated metropolis.
That's a step in the right direction.
And I'm running house errands at fucking 3 a.m. in the morning. So, you know,
nice.
Typically, it's like picking people up from work, but no, like homie was bugging. You know, hey, don't leave me.
Yeah.
And then we pull up at the house, right?
Yeah.
And right when he's pulling up, somebody's leaving, you know, and I'm like thinking like, oh, I've been, I'm familiar with this kind of traffic, you know, and then the house I pull up to isn't even like, he has me pull up to a house and he walks up a couple houses, kind of deal, and you could tell it's one of the pins that he dropped because they're colored differently, you know, and then, like, he comes out and he comes back in and he's, you know, I don't know. I kind of felt as though he was bugging and everything, you know, because he was a happy motherfucker.
When he came back?
When he came back, kind of deal. And then, just like within that same theme of the night, you know, I picked up somebody else around that same time, and I picked up this lady from a casino, you know?
Yeah.
But I thought it was kind of strange because she wasn't like waiting like out by like the door exit kind of thing. She was like waiting out by like the
Like on the parking
offside
lot.
curb.
Yeah.
Like the parking lot's not quite there, but the entrance isn't
In the
quite
cut.
there. You know,
She was in the cut.
in the cut.
Yeah.
You know. And then like I'm pulling up to the drop spot, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, right here's fine." And it's like in one of the main streets, and there's kind of like a lot of hotels and stuff there. So
Yeah.
I'm right there, and I pull up, and I'm like, "Oh, here you go." And then like she just kind of like, you know, just starts walking off into the darkness,
Like hell
kind
no.
of deal, you know. And like I grew up in a pretty rough neighborhood, you know, and a car just stank like chemical dope kind of deal,
Got
you
it.
know. Like it has this I don't know how to explain it, but it has this like weird, almost
Bad
like
smell.
sweet but like funky kind of, you know, like high fructose corn syrup. But no, like
Smoking that corn.
but that in itself, you know, like that was a little bit of a trip, you know. And good thing I always I guess what Uber tip number 2,
Okay.
always carry like Ozium or some sort of like heavy duty air freshener in your car if
Okay.
you're a driver at all times, you know.
Ozium. I have Ozium.
Because I have Ozium too.
I spray after every customer.
Because people fucking stink
Well,
sometimes.
not only
And sometimes it's me. You love one, you know, you have some late night tacos, and you're like, oh god,
yeah,
I'm
you're the one who wanted to go to the drive-through, buddy.
Yeah, one of the customers.
Nah.
Person, I couldn't tell you, but fucking, they first off, they smelled like tamales. You know,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
which, you know, it's nothing wrong with
shit.
that, but it was like a very heavy, lingering in the air kind of scent, you know.
Okay.
And then
Was that in Flags? Oh no, that was here. Okay, never mind.
And then to couple with all that, they had these like belches that they kept doing. That was like deep within their chest, like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the, and like I'm talking like back to back the entire. It was like a 15-minute ride type deal.
Yeah,
and they're busting these belches out like, dare I say, like every 2 to 3 minutes, you know.
goodness.
And I was just I almost started busting out laughing because it just kept continuing.
It was bad.
And I was like, no, this is absurd. You know, like, and then usually you know, I just don't like assume this or speculate this about people.
Okay.
But I definitely feel as though I picked up what we like to consider a working girl.
A woman of the night?
A woman of the night for sure. Because it was I don't know. It had to.
you seemed disturbed.
I was very disturbed.
Why?
It was like 1 to 2 a.m. in the morning, right?
Okay.
And I'm talking, and like right when I pull up, and it, you know, it's first off, I'm at a Circle K in the fucking middle of the hood at 2 a.m. Shit's popping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's like homie like in front, like break dancing, like fucking the robot, but like he wasn't actually dancing. He was like bugging, you know what I'm saying? Like
checking his pockets.
But then occasionally like hit a rhythm. So I was like, get it, you know?
Yeah.
But and then I'm just talking straight prowler of the night comes out of the Circle K and hops in the car, you know?
Goodness.
And And
this guy,
she's all on the fucking speakerphone, all loud as shit type deal. And like, we used to run this block type deal, and this and that, and oh man, and like,
it's bad.
And then she's like, one time this homie cashed at me like $1,000, you know.
Okay.
But like, she kept trying to like tried to not be descriptive, but like everything she was saying, like I could 100% tell.
You knew
like,
what she was talking about.
Yeah, no, like she wasn't even being like she would try to talk low kind of deal, but it's
not discreet.
Yeah, the discretion was nothing she was concerned about.
Nice.
And so I picked her up from this like sketchy ass fucking Circle K fucking robot going down in the fucking front, and I dropped her off in this like backwoods fucking Super 8 motel kind of deal, you know.
That'll happen,
I suppose.
Yeah,
I typically don't work the night shift, so
I like the night because so you either get the late night bar scene, people going and leaving the bar, right? That time is popping, and then in the very early morning, people going to work is popping. So if you want to do both, you have to do overnight because you can't like go till 2 and then sleep till 4 and then go. That's silly. So you got to like 7 to 7 that or 6 to 6 it, you know, and that's intense. But no, there's definitely some wild stuff. I definitely try to stay out of the West Side that late though.
I can't even tell because I just accept everything that comes across.
Yeah, me too.
Thing.
But
so
you know,
like,
it's like,
and then I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in El Mirage. Where the fuck am I?
It's 3 a.m. and I got the cops calling.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. The cops.
So that's the first episode.
Yeah, check out
the first
one.
Drops tomorrow at the time of recording this.
But
every Wednesday.
Yo, and then I picked up this one chick from Taco Bell at midnight or so the other night, and she had straight fucking duffels of food, yo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they didn't give me a fucking lick.
Not one
and
crumb.
I had the driver like 19 minutes, and I'm just
she just
like,
smacking it in the back the whole time, or what?
I will say she didn't.
She didn't dip into it.
If she did, I couldn't tell.
She was feeding kids, yo.
Yeah, that's real stuff.
Like 5 of them.
When my mom was
6 of
working the
them.
late shift, I make her bring me In-N-Out burger every.
Yeah. I picked up one guy. You were talking about drug deals. Oh, well. So have you ever done a Connect? An Uber Connect?
What is that?
So it's one of the options like food delivery or X or X share.
Oh,
or
Rideshare.
There's Connect, Uber Connect, and it's packages.
All right.
Like one time, my mom sent my brother's his headphones to the gym.
Right.
Well, I pull up on homie, and he's got like this Caribbean accent, and I'm like, all right. And then it's like this little box, and it's like taped. I'm like, all right. And the name's like G is the name, right? And then it says deliver package, you know. And so I went and delivered the dude. And he was very appreciative of the package. And,
thanks, man.
I don't know what was in the box. I don't ask.
I didn't open it.
No face, no case. No, I'm not asking any questions. But I picked up this one dude. I pull up to his house, and he comes out first off. Homie hits me. I roll down the window like, yo, are you whoop-de-woo, right? And he hits me. He's like, hey, man, what up? Hits me with the handshake. Like, that's not a thing. Right. I don't get the handshake very often. Got the handshake, and he's like, what are you, Dominican? Puerto Rican? Right? I'm like, no, I'm Cuban. He's like, oh, Cuban B. Ah. And then he's like, we got to wait for my lady. She's inside. Oh, you know women. That's what he says. And which that's actually pretty common. But sometimes it's yeah, a husband will come out and be like, she's getting ready and I'm not forcing her. I'm not rushing her. So will you wait? And everyone always begs to wait. But I don't know. Maybe other drivers don't
savage
wait.
Uber drivers.
Yeah,
right
no,
here.
I'll always wait, and then usually it works out pretty nice. This time, however, not so much. I ended up waiting there for like 26 minutes, and he kept coming in and out like she's almost done or whatever.
Oh, did you start the Uber ride though? I was like, don't swipe that.
No.
The Uber tip number 3: do not start ride until cheek is to seat.
Yeah,
that is real stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird times where that really works out in your favor, but also, if they do go over 5 minutes, I think it is, you can cancel it and get a fee.
Right.
And then at some point, you get all the money or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And as long as you didn't start it.
Right. That's real shit.
But nah, homie has me waiting there for like 26 minutes, like legit. And because when he can't, because I was like on my phone doing stuff, right? I took a break, low key, right? And then he needed to charge his phone, and I got it in the front seat. And it's not a very long cord for the iPhone because it's the one I use. But anyways, he finally hops in the back. Oh, he's like, hey, let me put my bag in your car right when I pull up. And I'm like, all right, bet. And he puts his bag in the back and he's like, lock the doors and don't let anybody in. And I'm like, I'm just going to roll the windows up too. Again, West Side at night. But then he comes in after 26 minutes. He hops and he like flicks the thing, and I open it for him. And he's like, just drive, bro. And I'm like, what? And he's like,
just get out of here.
He's like, she's not coming, man. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, she knows I love her too. And I'm like, oh no. And all I can think of while we're going on the highway and they're arguing on the phone in the back is the meme, like when you look over and your bro and he's like, I loved her, man. He speeds up to 100. I'm like, oh shit. And then he's like, then she's telling him, this is what's messed up. She's telling him, yeah, I'm with whoop-de-woo, like another guy. And he's like, woo. And they're like talking. And then he's like, when we're in the car behind you. And he like turns and looks and there's a car with one headlight. And he's like, fuck. Oh man, he was bugging out. And I'm like, I don't know, there's going to be a murder-suicide in the back of my car. And something crazy. I'm just like, man, I don't know what's happening. And then so now I'm watching this car with the one headlight, like, man, I don't think we're getting followed. But checking them. And and then we get to the casino because that's where he was going 40 minutes away. And he's like, hey man, I gotta handle some business in here. If you want, he's like, give me like 40 minutes and then it'll be me and you all night, partner. I'm like, nah, man, I gotta drive. I mean, I gotta make that money.
I got shit.
Feel me? Yeah.
Oh man.
Yikes. Because what was in that bag? You feel me? Like it was a big bag that was heavy. Like I'm like, this fool's.
That's funny.
There's a fucking strap coming at some point. And then what was messed up is he's arguing with her on the phone, but he's not like yelling.
Right.
But then he's like, then I realize he's talking to me. So they're like hanging up, calling like,
right,
and not saying anything. And so like, I don't know when he's talking to me and when he's not. So I'm like, I'm gonna half listen because he'll be like, say something to me. He's like, you know what I mean, man? And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, man. Sometimes they know and they do it on purpose, man. I don't know.
Fucking shoot yourself.
Yeah, straight up, man. That was a little intense, but not too crazy.
I was driving this one lady off, and so she's on the speakerphone with her mom, the entire time, and they're all chit chatting, and she's, from out of state visiting some family, and we go to roll up at her drop off, and it's like the back alley of a Home Depot in the middle of fucking nowhere kind of deal,
yeah,
and the girl was like this isn't my hotel,
and she's probably like, uh-oh.
Yeah, right. And then her mom was like, where you at?
On the phone?
Right, because she's on the speakerphone. And I was like, I don't know. It's like some back alley of a Home Depot. She's like, for the love of God, don't you dare let my daughter out on the road right here, And I'm like, all right, no, it's no problem,
Yeah.
I like had her give me the address, and I like manually looked it up, and it was like fucking 20 minutes back the other way kind of deal. Like I'd passed it,
Yeah.
And then so we pull up, and then the mom was like, so how's the hotel look? And it's like like one of those hotels where like the fucking parking lot's like fenced in kind of deal, and it's like just a barren wasteland around.
Like the Home Depot might have been better.
Like the Home Depot might have been better, And she was like, "Oh well, what do you think of this hotel?" And I was like, "Look, man, like I don't know what you think. This is like the Ritz Carlton or something.
Like it's the Red Roof Inn,
right?" I was like, "This is the fucking sketchy ass hotel on the fucking outskirts of town. Like, well, I don't know what you expected, She's like, "I'm not from the area," and I was like, "All right, this is what I can recommend for your daughter. Make sure the hotel door closes all the way. Use all of the locks that they have available on the door
and the chair,
and don't walk around at night." Yeah, I dropped her off. I left.
You left?
Yeah, well, no.
Goodness.
Once I figured out it was her actual hotel, and she came.
That was the real place she was supposed to be. Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do?
I do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. You're your Uber driver, not Batman.
I'm Batman.
Everybody who is Batman says they're not Batman.
Hey, Joker, check your Snapchat.
Hey, Joker. Okay. So, Uber driving is cool. It can be a grind. What's the sketchiest? So at night, though, there's nowhere open, right? Like it's hard to find. And then gas stations that are open don't always have restrooms available.
Did somebody comment?
I don't know. So what's the what's the sketchiest place you peed on the road?
Fucking everywhere. Anywhere that I've had to pull over and jump out of the car.
Like, yeah, sometimes
it's been sketchy McSketchlestein. And what I tried to do is like I really tried to like if I have to like I don't know, go like off the trail, if you will, like and have to hop out of the car, like I make sure I'm in an industrial sector.
Yeah,
something
you know what I've discovered recently though? I've been with you, but recently I've been digging on the back alleys behind, like when the houses have the alley that goes through and separates all of them.
So all right, so or when I'm in like weird kind of like neighborhoods and stuff, I will go behind like the transformers because they have like tucks. The brick walls,
okay,
so you can walk. No, so you can kind of go behind the being like this little tuck into the brick wall and behind the transformer kind of deal,
a little boxed in area,
until you go and like fucking pee on a sleeping hobo. So like,
at least buy me dinner first, Jack.
Is it raining?
So one time it was raining and it was near the airport, and there's the little neighborhoods and the industrial space. They kind of butt up against each other across from the neighborhood, like where the light rail is on Washington or whatever that is.
I don't know.
Lincoln, I don't know which one it is, but it's raining and there's a lot of rain and it's wet and my wipers aren't the best. I gotta pee. It's like I gotta go. And so I fucking I turn my thing off because I'm by the airport, so it'll try to ping you a lot. And so I turn it off, I skirt around, I find it's like early morning though. So like those industrial people are working. And I'm like, oh, I gotta find a spot. And so I skip them, right? The normal little parking lot thing or whatever. And I hit the first street and I just fucking pop the one passenger door open and just into the flowing puddle down the street because it's raining hella hard. Just let it go. In the road, man, with my doors out, you know,
right?
Like that's what reminded me. A little box on the transformer. Pop the doors out.
That's right. Got to use the fan.
Got what you got to do, and then Carmatizer, aka hand sanitizer for your car. There you go.
I keep sandy wipes.
I don't have children. I don't just have those laying around. There's one right here. These are all dried out and old.
Just add water.
So that's a thing. If you didn't know, now you know. I mean, it's late and you got to go, and there's everywhere's closed, and the gas stations on the west side won't let you pee.
Is that real?
Yeah, they don't want people like going in there and doing drugs or something.
Oh, yeah. I gotta pee, man. I swear.
QT will let you, but you got to find one.
Oh.
Right? They're not always.
Well, you know what? Because I always try to find Circle K's because I get the back on the thing. And I see more cute than I do anything.
I stopped using Circle K like that because, well, I started using them less. First off, I think their gas is terrible.
Yeah.
But second, when gas is really expensive, cheapers. And then you get the upside and all the
right.
So, which is cool, but you know what happens to me on upside a lot? It'll be like, there's no record of this transaction like 2 weeks later, and then it just doesn't give me any discount.
Really?
Yeah. Like I've probably got 21 logged things and have received it back on like 5 of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty dirty.
There's only one I didn't receive.
Do you ever use it on the app too? Because you know how the app will do it if you hit the brake, the little coffee cup.
Does it really?
Yeah, if you hit the coffee cup and it shows you the gas stations, and if it's got a green little tag, it's a deal, and you click it, and then when you get there, you push the button, and your card's linked.
I never seen the coffee.
I think it's the same thing as Upside. So what I think is happening is I'm doing it on the app, and it's getting it, and then it's not. It's like on Upside, it's like you already did it, kind of thing.
Oh, weird.
Maybe, I don't know. But I be getting weird little 73-cent rebates. Yeah. Let's go.
Fuckers.
Okay. So, yeah. I think
I think we got to drive somewhere to get some more stories.
Drive more. Get more.
That's right.
I mean, there's more stories, but
I was like, but we did hit our half-hour mark.
Did we? You know what's funny? So like 8 minutes, this like started over and then it wasn't recording. So I started 21 minutes ago recording, and then that's when this stream started over. So there might be 2 streams on Twitch.
Hopefully the audio works.
Audio sounds pretty good, I think. Audio sounds pretty good. Let's go. All right. So there we are. Rideshare Radio episode 2. Thanks for tuning in. If you are an Uber driver, or you just have a funny Uber story or Lyft or rideshare story, you know, tweet at us at radio_rideshare, or hit us up on any social media at Rideshare Radio. On Instagram, it's Rideshare Radio Podcast, because there's some radio company called Rideshare Radio that plays duty-free music.
Poop.
Apparently for rideshare customers, because apparently music matters, like that licensing for music on rideshare, I guess. I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, hit us up, get at us, email rideshareradiopodcast@gmail.com. Send us your stories. We'd love to have you on as a guest even. You come on, spill your little tales, spin your own little yarns.
Poop.
All right. Yeah, so I guess we're done. And We'll see y'all next week. We stream this on Twitch, but the new episodes drop every Wednesday. So definitely check us out on YouTube and Spotify and all that business. This is the Canna Kid over here. And I'm the co-host, Tyson Maximum RMPO. Let's go. We out.
Peace.
Holla.